We're going to react to Jessica Schilder winning the World Championships from the 5th place position in round 6. And we're going to start right now. Okay, so when we're looking at Jess Schilder and we're looking at her career, she's had an incredible career. And I think a lot of people don't really recognize just how dominant she's been, how good she's been. And I've just pulled up a lot of her stuff because I've seen her at European Champs. I've seen her at the Diamond League this past year when she won the Diamond League. You know, she won Euros in Munich in 22. She won in Rome in 24. She won the European Indoor Champs this past year in 2025. She's World Indoor Champs. She's a silver medalist, a bronze medalist. So for the last 5 years, she has been on fire. And in Eugene, she got 3rd at the World Champs. And she's thrown 2069, 2047 outdoors. I think from a technical perspective, she's one of those athletes that we've seen her technique sort of change over the years. And at times, I think it's absolutely freaking incredible. And then on the come up, right, I want to look at just her progression. Okay, so if we think about this right now, also shout out Jess Schilder. I just recognized you and I share the same birthday. I love finding people that have the same birthday as me. You and I are March 19th. So me, Jessica Schilder, and Sam Mattis all have the same birthday. Okay, so when we're looking at her come up, right? So she's born in 99. So what is she, 26? Yeah, holy crap, dude. She's young and she's been this good. Holy crap, I did not realize she's only 26. Now, if we're looking at this, when she was 16, everybody, when she was 16, she threw 1434. So that's right around what, like 46, 47 feet for a high schooler right now watching this. So she was probably, let's say, a junior in high school throwing 46 feet. So that's good. It's not like blow off the top good. It's very good. It's just not absolutely ungodly good, but keep that in mind, right? So then when she's 17, she threw 16 meters. So she had a big jump there. 2018, no market world under 20s. So youth world champs. Then goes 2019. We're looking at this and we're going, okay, European throwing cup. She goes 6. So she's like a 16 meter thrower by 2019. Now, after COVID in 2021, she comes out and she's at the Euro indoors and she went 1869. So by this time, if we think about it, that's 5 years later. So she's about 21 years old and she goes 1869. It's just like a girl right now in the collegiate ranks, right? And then in 2021, she goes and wins the Tallinn the under 23 champs. Then when she's 22, 23, 22, I would say she goes, and that's when she medals at World Champs in Eugene, which is freaking phenomenal. And then that was the year that she just burst out. So she went 1948 indoors, but then ends up going 2024 outdoors that year. And that's where you just see this big jump, and not only big jump, but like that's the mark that's essentially you go 1950 plus, and then you break 20 in the same year. Now you are upper echelon, elite, world class. Okay, no questions asked. That's where you're at. So the development has been absolutely phenomenal, and I always think that you'll see big jumps in athletes pretty much between 8th grade and 11th grade. You'll see a pretty big growth, right? And then you'll see another huge growth during the collegiate years, almost like when that kid becomes sort of like a young adult, right? And then you'll see another big jump in their professional career around 22 to 25, where they're becoming, like in Jessica's case, like just a full-blown woman at this point, where she's much more mature physically and mentally and can execute under pressure. That's where you see that big jump onto the elite stage. So there's sort of like these 3 or 4 big steps. Last year at the Olympics, she did get 6th place. She had a great the comp, what was interesting about the comp in Rome in 2024 at European Champs, she threw 1877. So she was a little inconsistent in the year of all of 2024. I don't know if she was injured or not, but came back this past year in 2025 and just throttled the year, right? Big European Indoor Champs, 2069. Big World Indoor Champs, 2007 to get second. Big European Team Champs to get 2014. And then the world title at 2029, along with the Diamond League title. So we've got to recognize how crazy this year has been for her, and just how consistent. And we also have to realize too, in her case, and what's wild with all these, the women, is like, she's still freaking young. She might be throwing for another 10 years. So keep that stuff in mind, right? So, okay, let's look at this. I think it's important to recognize she's in 5th place. She's got a mark at 1951, so she knows she can go deeper. She knows she has it in her. She's in 5th place. It's round 6. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's watch it.
Schilder.
A
world leader at the start of the year. A brilliant indoor season. Needs to find something massive.
Schilder. So I need to fix my pronunciation there.
A brilliant indoor season. Needs to find something massive.
And she does.
And she does!
Dude, they should pay me to be one of those announcers. I think this is where Jessica looks like she's about to just puke. She's like, oh my God, wow, this is crazy. I did it. Madison's like, wow, this comp is getting crazy. This comp was insane, dude. This was so awesome to watch. And the whole thing is too, is that then you gotta sit there and just wait. You got the best women in the world stepping in after you, so then you gotta wait. You gotta watch. What are they gonna do? You never know. So let's break this down now. I found it interesting. She does a little bit of a step here, and I don't know, Jessica, if you're watching, I'd love for you to comment down below if this is a slide step or if this is more just like you're setting your rhythm. I would imagine this is her just like sort of setting her rhythm, and it's not necessarily a slide like Krauser does. I did notice it right here. She goes with that little step. Maybe it is a slight bit of a slide right there. She just gets that going. And the one thing here, and even in relationship to someone like when we watch Munoz was much more level, reaching out. Jessica lowers the hand just a little bit, so if we look right here, just a little bit below that left shoulder, okay, the knee could come out, or the knee for her does not push that far over, but her chest gets really far past the foot, okay? So we can see here, like that chest at that point is way out past that right foot, even to the point where her right shoulder is almost like to the mid foot of the left side of the left foot. Okay, so that's where we're looking at there. That's her pickup point at this point. Now, it's interesting because when you watch her left, okay, you watch her left right there and notice how long she keeps that right leg bent. Okay, that left foot achieves the final position very early. Okay, so she gets long here, gets stacked on the left by leaning with her chest, but then she just gets to that open position, and now she's in this long right leg sweep. Left arm opens to this point, and I'm starting to see, it's like, okay, look at that left arm right there. The right leg is long, okay? And this is a great example of, if you're a young athlete watching, really look at Jessica's left foot and her right leg. The right leg sweep that she has right there is a sweep that if everyone learning how to spin can replicate, that's it. That's the one you got to get. That right leg long and loaded on top of your left. Okay, if you can have a long right leg and you're stacked on your left, everybody wants to say get stacked in the middle. Get stacked on your left, get stacked on your right if you're right-handed, and then that's going to help you transfer forward on the finish. Okay, so we want to really focus on that right leg, good position with that left right there. Now the right sweeps down. And another thing, okay, the right leg sweeps down. Look at that left arm. This is where her left arm opens to. Now pay attention to that left arm right there. When this starts to come around the right, what does she do? She's holding the left hand in position and the right catches up. Now, the thing I really want you to also pay attention to, We want to talk about stacked positions in the middle. We want to talk, oh, I got to get stacked. I got to get stacked. Everybody's got to get stacked. This is the definition of being stacked. You're on top of your torso, your quad, your knee, your ankle are stacked. That is the definition. Now, one of the things that we teach at Throws U, if you guys need help with your program, you want to take your throws to the next level. You want to become a great thrower. You want to throw 50 feet. You want to throw 55 feet. Click the link down below in the description. Head over to throwsuniversity.com. Get custom programming from us. You're going to be coached by Sam Weeks, who's thrown at the Olympic trials. The dude knows how to coach. He knows how to throw as well. And that's who you're going to get taught how to be stacked in the middle. And the one thing that we use as a simple cue, we like to think right side goes around the left. Okay? The right side goes around the left. You can see it here with Jessica. When the right ground's in the middle, you're stacked on the right. What happens here? The left goes around the right. Okay? So the left comes down. The left goes around the right. And then what happens on the finish? The right comes around the left. Okay, you see that? Right comes around the left. So it's a real simple way to think about your sides, the right to the left, along with thinking about the upper body to the lower body. So there's a whole bunch of different simplified cues that we use at Throws University that you can implement into your training. Now, what I want to talk about with Jessica here, this stack position. So her right foot, look at how when she grounds, the way that her right foot is facing. Okay, I wanted to talk about that because I think that a lot of times people put the right foot down here and they're almost facing this way. Like they're facing this way with their foot. And she's almost facing right here. Okay, and I think what ends up happening is that enables the right hip to be in a good position while she wraps with the left arm. Left foot comes around. Okay. And yeah, it might be a little late. And I did want to say, like, here, she looks like she's like a little late coming off of her left relative to where she's been. But the left comes down. And when the left comes down, she's got the shot back behind the foot. Left shoulder, is pretty deep. It could be I've seen a little deeper, but for her, it's right here. Doesn't matter. All that matters is she slams this finish, sends it past 20. Now, one final thing. She's holding this front position, bent in the right knee, bent right knee. There's no extension from that right knee. It is bent. Everybody, stop teaching a extended right knee. It doesn't happen. It stays bent. Okay? I mean, her right knee is bent all the way until she reverses. I don't know why people still teach that, extending of the right knee. And she just really attacks with that shoulder and takes that out, transfers forward into that left side. You can see here, look at where her left foot is, right? Like that's her left foot. And where she reversed, right into where her left foot was. And think about it this way. This throw was 70 centimeters further than her best throw, right? So she comes out, goes nuts. Everybody's blown away. Actually, it's more than that. 80 centimeters further. So she throws 80 centimeters further than her best throw on the day. And the thing that I think is important to recognize is that in Jessica's case, she was sitting there and she had to find some rhythm. Like she was throwing 1950, 18 high, low 19s, and just pepper in that area, but knew that she could pop off. This throw is a throw of guts. It's a throw of energy. It's a vibe throw. It's like, I'm just ripping this because I'm leaving everything on the table. And I think that when you train and you develop the way Jessica has, when you look at her career, she's established consistency, and 2025 is by far her most consistent season. She's sort of sliding under the radar here. The fact that she's got Euro indoors, World indoors, Euro team champs, World champs, and the Diamond League all over 20, and she's thrown 2069. Who's going to break 21 meters first? Is it going to be her, Chase, Sarah? Who is it? Somebody else? You guys should comment down below. But I wanted to cover this, go over the great aspects, and recognize that development takes time. And when you're consistent with your movement and you're directed with your movement, you can achieve absolutely phenomenal things just like Jessica Schilder. It just takes a decade plus of work. So congrats to Jessica on winning this year's World Championships. Absolutely phenomenal throw. I'm excited. She's 26 to see what happens over the next 5 years in women's throwing with everybody spinning, Chase, and the technical gains that everybody's been having. Madison, it's really, really fun to see. Again, if you guys need help with your training, help with your throwing, head over to throwsuniversity.com, get a custom program, get a technical analysis, start taking that next step to becoming the best version of yourself. Until next time, guys, peace.